I recorded this a few hours before the judges in Milimani read out their finding. I wanted to make my own assessment before the judges come out, so that people do not, in case it is coincidental, people do not come and say maybe I just like any other person anadundia anything that has happened. We have seen a case of a very good judge, a very good lawyer being pushed to pass to pass messages that even he himself or herself do not agree in. I remember at one time it was Paul Muite who said that was it Paul Muite or Kibe Mungai? The lawyer said that the decision as to further steps to be taken are to be taken by the client, even though right now I would advise the client ABCD. So usually, this is what usually happens with the lawyers. You may be tempted to blame the lawyer for pursuing a certain line which does not make sense. But from personal experience, which I'll give, sometimes lawyers can give you an advice to go this direction, but you insist on going on the other direction. There is this MP for Kandui called John Makali. It's called John Makali. He was my late father's lawyer. I remember there are times when we could talk on Airtel. I could call him through Airtel and we discussed various issues. When we discussed various issues, I would just ask him one-on-one and say, okay, you are a very good lawyer. You are my father's lawyer. But don't you think this and this and this and this and this and this? And he would frankly tell me that he used to tell me two things. That first and foremost, what he has told me, what I've told him, is what he has told my father. He has told my father that let us go this direction. But then my father would give him contrary instructions. Go to court, say, I want A, B, C, D. Then we reached a place, and it is me who told him on phone that let him just continue with the way that my father, Lando, wants it to be. Because if he shows any resistance, my dad would hire another lawyer. And if he hires another lawyer, the other lawyer would not be as cooperative as now Honorable John Makali. Because on phone, we could really look at the cases in various dimensions and whatever. And he totally agreed with me, but used to tell me that there are even occasions when he would want to advise my father and he would want me to place an input. But he used to tell me that when he advises my father, he'll advise that when they are only two. Of course, bearing in mind that the family also would like it to be A, B, C, D. But my father would always insist the other way. So that is when you see very good lawyers like Kibe Mungai, when you see very good lawyers like Haminwa, when you see very good lawyers like Paul Muite talking things that do not make sense, it is because they are following instructions from their client. It is even possible that what you are blaming them for, these prominent lawyers, they have advised the The client, just the way you are saying, they have told the client this and this and this, but the client has declined. So they just continue that way. That is what I wanted, first of all, to emphasize, that in many occasions, you may find that you get shocked. You get shocked that is this how you expect such a lawyer of a high standing to do? I think that one I've explained. Now they complained that the deputy chief justice is the one who set up this bench, the 3-judge bench, and they said that per constitution, the duty is reserved for the chief justice. I remember, before I continue there, where some people were laughing at, I think it was Kibe Mungai, they were laughing at him, the lawyers, and then he said, no, I be allowed to talk my things which don't make sense, and after I'm hard with the things that don't make sense, then they can be given an opportunity to talk what can make sense, so that the judges do what? So that the judges make a decision. So you find that even they themselves do believe that they are just doing whatever. After all, Dunstan Omar said that they are out to push the case for 3 years. That is, they want to push the case up to the next presidential election. So when you hear them saying that the deputy chief justice had no power to do that, it is not them saying, it is the client who has told them that. But you see, we used to have a constitution before 2010, a patched up constitution. So the 2010 constitution said that there was a question that, supposing the chief justice is supposed to do something and the chief justice refuses to do that or is out of the country. And you see, there are times when the chief justice is out of the country and we have, let's say, a military coup. The military people will make sure the chief justice does not land in Kenya. So they placed there the deputy chief justice. And in the old constitution, it is the chief justice who swore in the president. Nowadays, the constitution says that the chief justice, in the absence of the chief justice, the deputy chief justice shall witness the swearing in of the president, which will be done by a chief judicial, what do you call there is the registrar. Yeah. The chief judicial registrar is the one who conducts the swearing in, and in the presence of the chief justice, and in the absence of the chief justice, the deputy chief justice. We never had the rank of deputy chief justice. It was created specifically for such a situation where it is said that the chief justice was out of the country. So the position was just created there to deputize the chief justice. So you find that now they are saying, no, it is just the chief justice who was supposed to be there. They knew, and they should know that what they were doing was just chasing time, and maybe Dunstan Omar was right. Then they complained that the cases were filled in at night. They even placed a time frame where the Kerugoya court sat at such and such a time, and when the Kerugoya court sat such and such a, they said no. Where did they come and meet? But then they know, and actually even they, when they are filling in their response, they did not fill in manually. Previously, when the courts used to do things manually, things used to be done in such a way that anything that is done afternoon, 12:01, anything that is done at 12:01 is accepted by the registrar of the court, but it is dated as to be the following day's work. But when things moved from manual to electronic filling, you could even fill in at midnight. They know that, but they were under strict instructions from their client to say that those things were filled at night. Then they said that because the judges were appointed by somebody who is not competent, they should recuse themselves. Of course, according to the 2010 Constitution, which created the position of Deputy Chief Justice. Deputy Chief Justice is just a judge of the Supreme Court like any other judge. But when it comes to administrative matters, she is the Vice President of the Judiciary. So that when the Chief Justice is not there, she does what? She can take any administrative action that the Chief Justice has. And I want to tell my viewers that kindly understand that simple things like those ones which I know and you know, how is it that those prominent lawyers do not know? I'm repeating myself by saying that lawyers can advise you to go this side, but then you insist on going on the other side. After they said that, after they tried to get the recusal from the judges on matters of being appointed by the Deputy Chief Justice, they immediately came up with another motion for recusal. They said that the three judges are compromised. The three judges are compromised. They said that Justice Mugambi is closely related to closely related to Kindiki. Mumeru na Mumeru, I don't know, maybe they can emphasize that, but then they would even say that presiding judge Ogola is a Luo. That is how low they can come. They also said that Mrs. Ogola, the spouse to the presiding judge, was appointed to, is it Water Towers Board by CS Tuya when she was the CS for environment, something like that. So she appointed Mrs. Ogola in September 2023, and so and you see, Tuya is now in the defense ministry. But then since the person appointed, any judge now, any judge in Kenya, if they succeed, any judge in Kenya, any member of his family or her family who has been appointed to any of the boards in Kenya, know that expect Gachagua to be against it, because he'll say that the cabinet minister appointing you to be a director in any of the parastatals in any ministry, that makes you to be close to the president. And then it is even one of the grounds was saying that Justice Murima, it appears that he got recently married. You may never know. Maybe he has stayed with his spouse for a long time. They may have stayed for a long time and then officiated their marriage now. Or maybe he may have remarried or something. We don't know. Anyway, that is his private life. But during his wedding, Kingi, the Speaker for the Senate, attended it and presented him with a prize. He presented him with a prize, and they were even photographed together. According to Gashagua's team, it means that in future, if you are a Supreme Court judge, You should not have any other public functions such as what do you call birthdays, weddings, or anything, because you do not control who goes there. There is even another accusation that Lady Justice Mugambi, she has a doctorate degree, because that is why she's called a doctor. And it is said that when she was attending her master's degree, her supervising officer was Professor Kindiki at Moi University. Well, stranger than fiction, because the gracious lady attended her master's degree in law abroad outside Kenya, and Kindiki had no connection with her. You know, you can take your degree out of Kenya. You can take your degree out of Kenya, but you may even have a local PhD holder assisting you through. So I don't know whether, because she had her degree out of Kenya, master's degree, and she has never had any connection with the Kindiki, apart from being a Meru like Kindiki. If they continue this way, because they want to have other judges, these ones to recuse themselves, then the Chief Justice starts another three bench three judge bench. And if the Chief Justice brings another, they'll look for an excuse. Even that one that includes saying that, don't you judges, don't you have a common ancestry with the president? And when they ask which common ancestry, say, but all of you are you have a common ancestor in Adam and Eve. So they can always reach at that point. The intention is just like now. Today is Friday when they are supposed to sit. They complained that the other sitting was on Saturday because of SDA. Now, if you look at SDA, it is a small denomination as compared to Muslims. The last time I checked, Muslims were composed of 30% or is 33% of the Kenyan population. Now, Muslims who are a third of the Kenyan population, Rigathi Gachagwa's team conveniently is against the sitting on Saturday because of the SDA, but they do not mind sitting today because of the Islamic faith, which is bigger than that. But their game plan is this way. Today is Friday. The sitting will be there. Then they would not want a sitting to be there tomorrow, Saturday. And then that will push the sitting up to Monday. Then the Monday they'll come up with stories that you, the bench, and the president do share a common ancestry in Adam and Eve. So those are the things that they are trying to delay, so that it goes on that way until they want to continue that way until 3 years are over. As you can see, this is a double case. This is a case that appears in the Bible twice. It appears when Samson reached a place where he decided that he's dying, and he decided to die with many. Rigathi Gachagua does not recognize the weight of the country lacking a deputy president. He would just want us to continue that way. To hell if all of us, okay, so anything happening to Ruto right now that will bring a constitutional crisis. Of course, we have the case of Wetangula being there for 90 days and an election, whatever. Gachagua is taking himself to be more important than the country. Yes, injustice has been done to him, and some people even say injustice to one is injustice to all. But we have cases where people say, I don't agree with the things what is happening. These things have been unfair to me. But because of the love of the country, I throw in the towel. But Gachagua would not mind us having a constitutional crisis. Like now, if anything happening to Ruto, it would mean that Wetangula acts for 90 days. And after 90 days, there is a presidential election, of which, of course, Wetangula will not be a candidate. But then you can see all those things happening. But on the other hand, if Rigathi Gachagua comes up and says, I know I've been wrong, but because the country is bigger than Gachagua, though he wants to go the Solomon way, the Samson way, He wants to go the Samson way. I would ask him to go the Jonah way, because in the boat, everybody knew what everything was. Everybody saw what was happening, but it is only one person who knew. It is only one person who knew. He knew that we are all going to die. Everybody on this boat that is called Kenya, Jonah knew that they are going to sink. But Jonah decided that it is better, heri mimi nife kuliko meli yenyu iangamie. That is what we would wish Gachagua to come up to his senses and know that the country is bigger than him. Thank you.